rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and a well foretold. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts, all beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests and graduates, I would like to invite Uncle Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional acknowledgement of country.
Thank you. Waramimiriga. Hello friends and Nalawa, welcome. We begin today by acknowledging that we gather here today in Wallamata, the traditional country of the Darug people and the ancestral clanslands of the Wallamedigal, or the Snapperfish people. I wish to pay my respects to our old people, those that went before us, our elders and our ancestors, and to thank the University for the invitation to join you for this significant protocol of acknowledgement of country. For me, it's one of the beautiful and sweet features of contemporary Australia, where we pay respects to Aboriginal Australia and affirm ourselves as a community or a nation that cares about what is right and works together in common purpose for the social and environmental healing of our country. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the neighbouring Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it, and so he enrolled his daughter, Bulungai, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, seeking refuge there during the brutal displacement of Aboriginal people throughout the 1800s. And the place became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in more traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly live well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 250 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he had met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were mostly naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands are maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they've done here in Wallamata for the past 20,000 years. So please consider, this is not a dream yet to be realised or some far-off ideal. This was normal life for us and for the longest time, and not that long ago either. So there's no good reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we are a clever people and generosity is a feature of our culture. So graduates, I would expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, we are naturally happy, and normally very good at looking after each other and the earth. I would just ask that you share your skills with the rest of us where you can, and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you. Have a wonderful day and evening and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you.
I'm pleased to introduce Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic of Macquarie University, Professor Rawdon Wilkinson.
Welcome everybody. Uncle Chris, thank you for that warm acknowledgement of country. We have a very special relationship with country here. Our campus is named the Wallamatigal campus after the traditional custodians of the lands on which we reside, and we take that very seriously. Every single one of us walks onto this campus every morning feeling the weight of responsibility that comes when we realise that we are educators in a current moment that actually stretches back millennia, where young people have been educated on these lands for time immemorial. We're very grateful for that acknowledgement and that engagement. And Chris, you continue to re-establish that connection for us at every one of these ceremonies, so I'm very grateful. It's very nice to see you all. It really is a wonderful thing to be at graduation. It's a huge honour to preside at this, and it will be a huge honour throughout this ceremony to congratulate each and every one of you on the extraordinary achievements that you have achieved and which we'll celebrate today. I've got a few words to share with you. I am road testing multifocal contact lenses, so there shouldn't be much of an issue when we go through this, but let's see. Distinguished guests, graduates, colleagues, it's my pleasure to welcome you here today, and I bring with me a special greeting from our Chancellor, our Vice-Chancellor, the University Council, the governing body of the university, along with their hearty congratulations for our graduates and what they have achieved. I extend a special welcome to friends and families. The fact that you've been invited to share this day really is proof positive of the impact that you have had on the lives of these graduates that we're here to celebrate. Without your support, they wouldn't be where they are, so we all thank you for that. You can hear younger members of our community. That's a wonderful thing. We really do value children in everything that we do at Macquarie. Parents, guardians, please don't feel the pressure to keep your children quiet. I would just like you to allow them to be themselves throughout this ceremony. You'll find application forms for Macquarie later for your children as you leave. Graduates, you've worked hard to get to this point and you should feel proud of what you've accomplished. Completing a degree is never easy. It requires a desire to realise your dreams, a passion for inquiry and a determination to succeed. Well done. I'm so proud to be able to congratulate each and every one of you. In many ways, today marks the end of one journey and the beginning of the next. This room is very much symbolic of that transition. You entered as graduates, eligible to have your respective degrees conferred on you. You leave as graduates, looking forward to futures of extraordinary possibility. It's worth dwelling on the journey you've taken so far, what this room means and what it will come to mean, and what lies ahead. Each of you came to Macquarie with a unique set of hopes and dreams. Only you will know what those hopes and dreams were, and while those sat around you will have been animated by unique possibilities for the future, you all chose to come to Macquarie so we might help guide you on your way. Just take a moment to think about those around you. Think about the hopes and dreams that brought you here, and imagine what others brought with them. It is in this room that your individual aspirations come together to create an extraordinary force that will shape the future. And it is here that we wish you well for what lies ahead. A little later in the ceremony, you'll come up on the stage and receive your degree. Remember, the steps that you take as you walk across this stage represent the transition in phases in your life. Don't be anxious or nervous. Many of you will be, but please try not to be. Enjoy those steps. They are as simple as crossing a platform from one train to the next, in this case, one that will soon depart on the next phase of your life. And just so that you are assured about what will happen, you'll enter the stage on my left, walk, and I'll greet you in the middle. We'll have our photograph taken, and then you'll leave on the right. Please do enjoy those steps. It's a special moment. It's my hope that all of you will remember today as a very special moment, and that photograph that we'll take will be symbolic of that moment. At its very best, a university education takes students on a mind-expanding journey during which time the horizons of life possibility are broadened to an extent that had not previously been imagined. This is what we provide at Macquarie. We offer an encounter with knowledge and its application that sets you up to succeed in life. The provision of such a transformational experience requires that we have first-rate educators, many of whom are behind me on the stage. They're passionate for and committed to the craft of education and the pursuit of understanding. But good teaching requires more than just good pedagogy. It also requires imagination. Without imagination and an appreciation of as yet unthought possibility, you would not be able to use what you have learnt and translate it into positive change for yourselves and society. As the late science fiction writer Ursula Le Guin put it, imagination is the single most useful tool humanity possesses. All of us have to imagine how to invent our lives, make them up, imagine them. We need to be taught these skills. We need guides to show us how. Without them, our lives get made up for us by other people. It is this capacity to teach wisdom through the encouragement of imagination that is a hallmark of educational excellence and a Macquarie advantage. It is our way of multiplying your potential. It goes without saying that we pride ourselves on the quality of the education you receive, the support and facilities we provide, and the community we have all built together. The transformative effect that a Macquarie education will have on your lives is matched by the transformation of our own institution in the 60 years since we were established. But it is also matched in the transformative effects that we as a community have had and will continue to have on the world in which we live. It's incredibly humbling to meet graduates who come back to Macquarie and share the stories of the impact that they have had on the world around them. Later on, I'll talk about how our alumni team will keep in touch with you. But your stories, your future stories, we thrive on those. We want to hear them. We know that you have extraordinary potential and you will make the most extraordinary difference in the world. And together, that multiplies exponentially. We're a thoroughly modern, forward-thinking university. Our ambition to do good in the world has few bounds. We are all agents in that endeavour. It's an exciting time for the university. As you will, I'm sure, have noticed, we're nearing the completion of our physical environment. What an extraordinarily beautiful place it is. It really is, I think, the most beautiful campus in Australia and one of the most beautiful in the world. I hope that you'll take some time while you're here to immerse yourselves in our glorious surrounds, as well as to take advantage of our wonderful facilities. While we're always looking to transform understandings of the world and the way we convey that knowledge, there are things we value about Macquarie that will not change. The warmth, friendliness, inclusivity, and compassion that are hallmarks of our university will endure. This is who we are, and it will continue to be so. Remember, you are always welcome here, and you will be forever part of our community. Extraordinary as it seems, almost 250,000 people have graduated from this university since we were established 60 years ago. Over 14,000 in this hall since it was completed in 2020, which is quite a number given the interruption of the pandemic. We count among our global alumni graduates from more than 150 countries. We are, as our Vice-Chancellor puts it, distinctly Australian and thoroughly global. We will always be a leader in education and in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. However, our collective journey is about building community, where we share values, things in common, and care about each other even when our points of view diverge, something that is extremely important in the times in which we find ourselves. Graduates, in a few moments it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and to welcome you in as lifelong members of that community that we call Macquarie University. Before I do that, it's my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker for today, Rob Stokes. Rob is an urbanist and industry professor at Macquarie University who serves on the Australian Government's Urban Policy Forum. Rob chairs Faith Housing Australia and Macquarie Park Innovation District, the wider environment in which this university is situated. He also serves as chair of the City of Sydney Local Planning Panel and on the boards of the Royal Australian Institute of Architects, Museums of History New South Wales, and the King's Foundation Australia. Rob was Australia's first Minister for Public Spaces and Active Transport, with a 16-year parliamentary career spanning key portfolios including planning, cities, transport, infrastructure, education, and environment. A lawyer and a geographer, Rob read Sustainable Urban Development at Oxford and completed, I'm very proud to say, his PhD in planning law here at Macquarie. He's been awarded an honorary doctorate in design from UTS and is an honorary life fellow with the Royal Australian Planning Institute. Rob's passionate about people, fascinated by places, and is a prolific writer on cities and sustainability. Rob, I now invite you to give the occasional address.
Gosh, this is terrifying, but thank you for the opportunity, Presiding Officer, and Chris, thank you for such a warm and thoughtful welcome to this beautiful country. I too want to acknowledge the Watamanagal clan, the Snapper people of the Darug people, and pay my respects to elders past and present, and to extend that respect to First Nations people in this room with us. I also acknowledge the Presiding Officer, members of the faculty, staff, distinguished guests, and graduates, or graduands rather, and their families and friends. Significantly, really significantly, as a graduate of Macquarie myself, I offer my congratulations to everyone graduating at this ceremony. I salute you, your families who have supported you, the faculty that has nurtured you, and the examiners who have tortured you. My task this afternoon is to say something profound without offending anybody, and to speak for less than 8 minutes. For me, each of these aims will be difficult. I have spent a great deal of time at Macquarie, starting with a school history excursion in 1990, well before most of you were born. I have added up around 35 years spent at Macquarie as an undergraduate, postgraduate, faculty member and industry professor. So what have I learned? First, gratitude. Education is a gift. It's incredibly precious, and the older you get, the more you recognise its power. Education is the answer to pretty much any problem you can think of. Poverty, violence, intolerance, overpopulation, environmental degradation, ignorance itself. We are so incredibly fortunate to have the support of our families, our teachers, and our very nation in having the opportunity to receive an education. Of course, we work hard to achieve an education, but we receive it in equal measure. Ultimately, it is a gift given to us as much as a reward for our own efforts. I have particular reason to be grateful. Not only did I receive a degree or two from Macquarie, but I also got my start in associations, media and politics. As Vice President of the Macquarie University Chair Wrestling Society, I was able to advocate for an emerging sport where a person wrestled with an inanimate object, being a chair. Whilst we were ultimately unsuccessful in our bid to have chair wrestling admitted as an Olympic demonstration sport, and sadly we were unable to secure a royal patronage from the late Queen, we did get an encouraging letter from then US Vice President Dan Quayle. I don't think he quite understood what we were asking, but nevertheless, We also received a generous sponsorship from a furniture company who ran on the tagline that their chairs were indestructible. We lost the sponsorship when we proved them wrong, as well as the opportunity to appear on several TV sports shows. In media, I recall when a man ran into my criminal law tutorial and nicked off with the lecturer's bag. A friend of mine, now a professor, Talal Yassin, and I gave chase, only to find out it was a setup by Stan Grant, who then worked with A Current Affair to see if law students could identify suspected criminals in identikit profiles. Turns out we can't. And in politics, my first foray into politics was running on the Macquarie Lumberjacks ticket for Students' Council. Mercifully, we were unsuccessful, although that I note our signature policy, ironically intended, but nevertheless, to cut down the lemon-scented gums in the quadrangle has been delivered. We were more successful as the missing link ticket, where a couple of colleagues and I donned gorilla suits and climbed the big fig trees in the courtyard to drop bananas daubed with political messages on unsuspecting students. We did succeed in getting a quota, but we fell afoul of the returning officer, who declared our candidature invalid after she found out that Charles Darwin, Coco and King Kong weren't actually our real names. The next thing I learned is that graduation is just the start of a new stage in a lifelong journey for all of us. Following victory in the Battle of El Alamein during the Second World War, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill declared, "This is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning." It's an apt description of where all of us, every single one of us, are in our educational journey. Education isn't a noun. It's not a piece of paper you frame, put on the wall in your office and announce to posterity, "Look, here is my education." No. Education is, as the linguists here would call it, it's a doing word. Education is a process we participate in, not a product we purchase. As prestigious and impressive as your degree certificate is, it loses currency as soon as you receive it. Like a driver's licence or a builder's licence or a passport, the power of your degree is not that you have it, but rather that you use it. So, how to use a degree? Conventional wisdom might say, well, you use it to fast-track your career. Yet consider this. Career as a word has its etymological origins in Latin. It comes from the same language root as the word chariot, carriage, and car. And whether you drive a sports car or a sedan, the main purpose of a car is using it, not showing it off. A career, then, is a vehicle to get where you are going. It is not an end in itself. For some, your destination may already be clear, although you may change course over time. Others may need to check out a few roads before you find the direction you want to go. But your degree is a ticket to action. It's not a picture to admire. As Indian economist and philosopher Amartya Sen put it, the identity of an individual is essentially a function of her choices, rather than the discovery of an immutable attribute. In other words, it's not looking at yourself, but it's doing things that will truly tell you who you are. In other words, celebrate agonising over choices, because it is far preferable to the agony of not having any choices at all. A final reflection. While you may have felt enslaved by study at times, your study has given you freedom. How you use this freedom really matters. Our world is beset by a series of crises: population growth and change, resource depletion and misuse, materialism and inequity. All of these things generate a fundamental paradox. How do we do more with less more fairly when no one thinks they have enough? I'll say it again. How do we do more with less more fairly when no one thinks they have enough? If we use our freedom for selfish aims, our social contract will ultimately fail. Our society works because we look after each other, not because we look after ourselves. If we use our freedom instead to support one another, society will prosper and freedom will expand. It's your choice. Choose wisely.
Thank you, Rob, for those warm bits of advice. I think there are many things we could pull out there, but that licence to action to address all of those issues that Rob highlighted, I think is something that a Macquarie degree really gives you. So, as I said earlier, we are looking forward to the things that you do in this life and the contribution that you make. Thank you, Rob. Much appreciated. So, graduation is such an important part of the university year, and every single one of us who gets to preside and to be up here really looks forward to it. It is very special. The campus is always alive, but it's particularly alive when we all get together to celebrate achievement. It's that moment where we're going to do exactly that, and I'm going to call on our registrar for today, Professor Leanne Piggott, to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met the requirements for the awards that you are about to receive.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, I certify that all the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
You're also very tall, actually. I've just realised that. In the name of the Macquarie University Council and my authority delegated by that council, I admit each of you present here today, and also those who are unable to join us, to the degrees for which you've qualified. My warmest congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. I now call on Professor Tess Lee, Head of the School of Communication, Society and Culture, to present the graduates. Professor Lee.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, the graduates of this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. Students and staff from the Faculty of Arts develop critical, inquiring and curious minds. They work together within and across disciplinary boundaries to ask questions about socially complex problems. They identify paths of research, analyse and communicate ideas in creative formats, and reflect on the skills and knowledge they need to understand the world, past, present and future. Students are encouraged to use their skills and talents to connect with local and global communities. This faculty includes research and study areas in ancient history, anthropology, education, English, geography and planning, Indigenous studies, international studies, law, media, music and communication, cultural studies, modern history, politics and international relations, philosophy, sociology, security studies, and criminology. Through transformative education, Faculty of Arts graduates are equipped to face societal challenges with a deep evaluative mind, strong reasoning, and a well-established ethical compass. They explore their creativity and passions while developing transferable skills like communication, critical thinking, and digital literacy. These skills are extremely sought after by employers, and I'd add, we need them. To our graduates, as you reflect on the last few years, I'm sure you'll agree that Macquarie University is a home to a wonderful community of people. The relationships and networks that you've formed will continue to serve you well into the future as professional contacts, as academic mentors, and as lifelong friendships. We thank you. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Academic, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Arts whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Archaeology and Bachelor of Ancient History, Rhiannon McLeod Green. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Isabella Trope. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Ancient History, Emily Sahab. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Archaeology, Lisa Reinberger. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Ancient History, Haniha Akram. Ella Barker. Annabelle Beasley. Jessica Beckett. Asla Jun. Alex Duffield. Khan Emerson. Hannah Laguerre. Emma Marshall Mesoglian. Ainsley McBurney. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Charlotte Seals. Piper Simpson. Nicholas Ward. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Archaeology. Verity Bevan. Olivia Branco. Annabelle Briant. Shanae Combrink. Mariana Copini. Kate Davis. Bianca Erday. Jordan Fairweather. Tyson Goodwin. Saskia Hogan Catchpole. Danielle Jameau. Jacob Kanaraki. Stephen Kuvas. John Leondius. Alexandra Lukens. Angus Lynch. Claudia Morsink. Kieran Murray. Teodora Sarcevic. Ethan Simpson. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Jade Smith. Kate Wheeler. Aidan Whittard. Alexandra Willis. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Salma Alkanasi. Elise Amigo. Joseph Bartmanovich. Charlotte Borrell. Joshua Breny. Jenna Clark. Henry Cohen. Elizabeth Demetrio. Mariam Durgam. Nikesh Danji. Layla Ernest. Jazeba Fahad. Bernadette Fanon. Riley Fanane. Braden Good. Gabrielle Green. Benjamin Galliford. Katie Haberlin. Shamus Hart. Godnice Hasiana. Molly Hayes. Yong Payo Hong. Sami Huiora. Hans Lopez. Jessica Larkin. Jen Pailin. Christina Longo. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Francesca Martinelli. Maximilian McDermott. Nell McNeil. Zoe McPherson. Dara Mir Jahangir. Grace Morley. Karsten Naroon. Recipient of the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence, Jennifer Notohammer Projo. Elizabeth O'Kelly. Mary Fan. Shabrina. Blake Russell. Tiara Russo. Jordan Ryan. Elisa Socha. Rebecca Titzel. Philip Vassilo. Carlina Webb. Mackenzie Weeks. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Planning. Rani Abu Ganaba. Jan Aja. Charlotte Asbridge. Jessica Bacco. Mia Battisti. Tom Bibby. Daniel Cho. Vincent Di Donato. Sahini Gadi. Lara G. John Griffiths. Georgia Hewitt. Jessie Lewis. Jack Lognan. Kimberly Bahano. Holly Parker. Mabina Shadi. Guido Truong. Elka Tuckfield. Charlotte Warnant. Caitlin Young. I present graduates admitted to the Bachelor of Social Science. Donya Asadi. Genevieve Ben. Kiwa Berry. Ava Blackburn. Nan Brown. Abhivadana Tereva Salaya. Amelia Fox. Jasmine Gosen. Bronte Kirk Clark. Vicky Lee. Gabriela Logiotatas. Desley Owusu. Pooja Pillai. Elizabeth Redding. Erin Roberts. Frank Rojas. Chloe Single. Samra Trebincevic. Ava Vafaye. Rachel White. Georgia White. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Business Analytics and Master of International Trade and Commerce Law, Tilan An Nguyen. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Laws and Master of Public and Social Policy, Angreisa Marcos. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Media and Communications and Master of Public and Social Policy, Tihai Yen Luong. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Juris Doctor, Zachary Robert Bakarich. Sania Bhatia. Penelope Buys. Young Chen. Lucy Council. Jade Daly. Elizabeth Dow. Magdalene Deploy. Benjamin Freya. Sudeep Gautam. Ashna Khanna. Dean Kimpton. Jeremy Kumar. Shalom Lloyd. Antonia Mangos. Suli Xiao. Harold Sin. Gulshan Singh. Bin Tang. Olivia Tomash. Deepika Vishweshwara. Emma Woods. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Ancient History, Jessica Connor. Sonia Zizovska. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Indigenous Education, Shelby McBlainer. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of International Trade and Commerce Law, Bianca Cavassini. Ava Emdayan. Duk Tamlay. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Laws. Amy Linden. Doan Hong Thunuan. Petra Sampson. Noreen Sharazi. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Planning. Ghazal Agayhai. Maya Deacock. Andrew Fullwood. Nusaiba Islam. Yiching Li. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Public and Social Policy, Michelle Avery. Lucy Crothers. Danielle Eilish Bonifacio Goko. Jodie Hunter. Luke Kozlowski. May Mayat Mayo. Anna Reid. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Sustainable Development, Nazanin Mazoudi. Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, a higher degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. Our Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of research-based coursework, postgraduate research training, and a major research project. Graduates have focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation to a doctoral degree. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research. Samahu. For a thesis entitled Bioemotionality in 1.5 Generation Chinese-Australian Immigrant Parents. Tidia Jones for a thesis entitled The Philosophical and Regulatory Tensions of Trustworthy AI, an examination of trust, trustworthiness and reliance in AI systems. Andrea Coleman for a thesis entitled Learning with Song Spirals, Engaging Non-Indigenous People with Yolngu Knowledges. Kian Pearce for a thesis entitled The Embedded Inequalities and Injustice in Housing. Grace Sasangi for a thesis entitled Negotiating Meaning in Relationships, Collaboration and Fluency in Metalinguistic Disputes. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality, shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Maximilian Barnett for a thesis entitled The Fork in the Road, How Human Societies Respond to the Threat of Collapse. Dr. Malena Bojovic for a thesis entitled The Future of Dairy in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Dr. Maddie Day for a thesis entitled Coloniality, Heterosexuality and Gender in So-Called Australia. Dr. Samuel Jones for a thesis entitled Collaboration and Applied Listening Practices in Music Production. Dr. Suman Potter for a thesis entitled Developing an Effective Integrated Regulatory Framework for FinTech that Calibrates Data Privacy and Innovation in the Context of Open Banking. Dr. Catherine Sheed for a thesis entitled A Synchronic and Diachronic Analysis of Child Burial in Southern Mesopotamia from the Edi to Ur-Li'i periods. Dr. Daniel Tranter Santoso awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Research for a thesis entitled Lithic Intimacies, an Apprentice Phenomenography of Stonework in Sydney's Rockwood Necropolis. Dr. Lauren Tynan for a thesis entitled Kin and Country, Relational Research, Cultural Fire and Indigenous Futurities. Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Arts.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor Academic, I call on Dr. Maddie Day, who graduated with a Doctor of Philosophy, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Dr. Day.
Is there a prize for sweatiest graduate? I'd also like to begin by acknowledging Wallamadigal country and thank Uncle Chris for such a brilliant acknowledgement this afternoon. I'd like to also pay my respects to elders past, present and future. And I'd also like to acknowledge my elders, aunties, sisters, siblings and esteemed colleagues who are on the stage with me today. What an honour. Congratulations to everyone on your graduation and for your significant achievements. And I also want to say a special congratulations to my sissy, Lauren Tynan, Dr. Lauren Tynan. What a privilege to graduate alongside you. I came to university in my mid-20s as a former high school dropout working a trade. Before I left school, I was encouraged to pursue a career in athletics or sport. After I left school, I was encouraged to meet a nice, wealthy man who could take care of me and my family. It was only later that I realised these expectations were set on me as a young Aboriginal person. My early life was defined by low expectations like these, as well as what seemed like a never-ending stream of violence and abuse. When I finally left home at 15 as a young trans Murray, I was between many homes for a long time and endured other adversities like addiction, intimate partner abuse, and other difficulties in the years to come. These experiences were formative for me and would eventually become the source of my passion for better lives for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander LGBT people. It was in Indigenous Studies at Macquarie University during my undergraduate degree that I found that my people and our intellectual and political traditions had much higher expectations of me. Thank you for giving me that tissue in advance, Aunt. You knew this would happen. I pursued a PhD on colonialism, gender and heterosexuality because I wanted to understand why Australia was such a violent place for Aboriginal transgender people. I don't know that now, but I'll invite you to another anti-colonial lecture on another day. But when you study gender and heterosexuality, you also learn a lot about relationships and love. And to summarise what I have learned, I'm going to paraphrase another queer anti-colonial thinker, Nigerian writer Elagosa Osonde, who says that love is what protects you so you may hold your peace. This is what Indigenous women and transgender people have done for me. It is the reason that I'm here today. I'm a very proud product of Indigenous Studies at Macquarie University and a very proud alumni student of Wallangamuru Indigenous Student Support. I'm also a proud graduate of the Indigenous Cadetship Program, where I was mentored by Macquarie University alumni Professor Corinne Sullivan. Thank you. Thank you to all of the staff at the Centre for Critical Indigenous Studies and Wallangamuru who have supported me tirelessly, especially now Dr. Tamika Worrell, for all the times she dragged me through the years. Thank you to my mentors, distinguished Professor Carlson and Professor Sandy O'Sullivan, the most preeminent Indigenous trans scholar in Australia. Thank you to all my sissies, siblings and aunties who dragged me through kicking and screaming even today. Being loved by Indigenous women and transgender people transformed my life. Thank you for having high expectations of me. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for teaching me what it means to be part of an intellectual and political tradition powered by love and revolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Maddie, not only for those words, for letting us be part of that. Really appreciate that. I think that when our graduates speak, it's always incredibly powerful. And that was incredibly powerful. Thank you. Really appreciate that. That was the fabulous Angela Brewer. Please join me again in thanking her. Angela's performances are really wonderful. She is the founder and artistic director of Coast Opera Australia, and we're very grateful to have her with us. I'd also like to thank a few other people before I've got some more words to share with you. Heather Moen Boyd is our organist. Heather, wonderful as always. Thank you very much. Colin Grisdale. Colin, wonderful on the trumpet. Many thanks. You will have seen, you might not have noted, but that we have Macquarie alumni who help us here at every ceremony. They are an intrinsic part of these ceremonies, but they're at the heart of our community. I'm very grateful for all the things that they do. Please stand so that we might see you and celebrate all you've done today. Thank you. You will have seen folks helping us with the ceremony, and I'd like to extend a thanks to them. But I would also like to point out that some of our teams are actually hidden in booths above us. They make sure that we have a simulcast going on, so those that can't be here can see and be part of those ceremonies. So I'd like to extend my warm thanks to them as well. Graduates. You have now crossed the proverbial platform, and your relationship with the university has evolved from student to graduate and alumnus. It is, however, far from the end of your association with us. You may choose to continue your studies or plough furrows anew, but you are now, nonetheless, forever part of our bigger Macquarie family. Our alumni network is over 234,000 graduates strong, spanning more than 150 countries. Every single one of them welcomes you into that fold. Our alumni team will keep you informed about the university's own journey, as well as that of your fellow students. We look forward to seeing you back on campus, to attend alumni events, to undertake further study, or simply visit our beautiful campus and reminisce about the good times you spent here as a student. Graduates, the award of a degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it carries responsibilities. I urge you to commit to lifelong learning and inquiry. It is important across your lifetime to always be open to new knowledge and understanding and the possibility for greater wisdom. I would also counsel that you should hold strong views lightly and continually reflect on what you know and how you arrived at that knowledge. I urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. You came here so we might help you realize your dreams. Without ambitious goals, you won't achieve what you set out to do. We know you have endless possibility in front of you. I urge you to commit to hard work and to continue to do so because it has already brought you so far. You, your friends, families, and the world as a whole will all be thankful beneficiaries. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves on developing every student into engaged community citizens and leaders. I urge you to always give thought to what you can do for others along the way. You do not always have to do very much to make a real difference. Often, a simple gesture or kind word can have an extraordinary impact. I challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet on life's wonderful journey. My hope is that as graduates of Macquarie University, you will use what you have learnt here not only for your betterment, but also for the benefit of community. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. It's my hope that as you move forward in your lives and enjoy success upon success, that you remember those people that have helped you along your way, some of whom are here today. I'd like us to do a few things to just celebrate them for a moment. First of all, can I ask all graduates to stand? Please put your testamers on the seats behind you, but please do remember that they're there. Can I ask you, please, to turn and face these wonderful people who've helped you be where you are today? And please join me in giving them an almighty round of applause. Please turn around, but please don't sit down yet. Behind me are the most extraordinary colleagues from the Faculty of Arts. They've helped you where you are today, and I'd like you to join me in thanking them also for the contribution they continue to make. They are such wonderful colleagues and scholars. Please do pick up your testamers. I'm always very anxious about this bit. Shortly, I'm going to lead the party out of the graduation hall, and I'll be followed by the graduates. As I do, we will do so to the traditional recessional music of graduation that has been played out at ceremonies like these over the centuries. To do that, can I ask everybody now to stand, please? Before we go, one more round of congratulations to these wonderful people. Thank you all for being here, for allowing us to be part of these ceremonies and celebrations, and please do join us afterwards for some refreshments. Thank you.